people. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Hello, welcome to RFD Talk. It is that time at the top of the hour here at the mighty 147 AM, the mighty 147 Nashville's Heritage Radio Station. I'm super excited this morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to RFD Talk, where I am Robin F. David, aka RFD, and I am your executive host and guest speaker here today. I am the personality, right, here at the WVOL, and I am super honored to be here with you every Tuesday morning, bringing it in. Terrific Tuesday. Today is a beautiful day. Hey, beautiful people, let me tell you, coming in today was amazing outside. I can feel spring in the air. So I want to thank all my listeners wherever you are. I'm hoping that the weather is starting to shape up for you. I feel like spring is coming. It's been interesting though. We've had a light winter this year. So I don't want to forward head too far, spring forward, and then we get some snow probably in April. We didn't get much winter yet. So, but today feels amazing here in the greater Nashville. So I'm hoping wherever you are, near or far, that you're feeling good from the inside out. Of course, inside out is important. Everything RFD talks about, it starts from the inside out. So we are having a wonderful Tuesday on this side of the mountain. So I want to thank everyone near and far. I pray that your day is starting off with a great beginning. The part of the day for me is the morning. And in the morning, you definitely want to be in a good mood, right? Because the way you start your day is typically a sign of how your day is going to be. So I definitely hope that you're having a great day. So welcome again, everyone. I am RFD. I am the CEO. We already said that. And I am the founder of Golden Foundation. For some of you who are not aware, I am a founder of a nonprofit organization, and my nonprofit organization supports mothers and children who have been through the unfortunate experience of gun violence. And so what we do at the Golden Foundation is we help mothers learn how to emotionally move through grief, loss, and we also help mothers learn how to start to thrive and heal with their families after the loss of their son or their children or their child. Excuse me. It was my youngest son. The nonprofit Golden Foundation is in remembrance of my youngest son, Willie, and we lost him in 2015. So the foundation is dedicated to him and his remembrance. But we also help youth learn how to, and youth and their parents learn how to reconciliate, learn how to create positive relationships starting in your home. Starting learning how to be positive with yourself and your children is a reflection of how we operate in our community. So Golden Foundation, we like to help people learn how to move through grief, and we also support mothers and their children in learning how to thrive after having such a traumatic experience within their family. So I am the founder of Golden Foundation. So for some of you who didn't know that, I'll just share that a little bit with you. And remember to like, share, and subscribe for more information on emotional wellness, health, and beauty, and inspirational and lifestyle here at the RFD Talk Show. So definitely want to get into hello. Thank you, Britt, for being here. It's so nice to have my Facebook followers. I appreciate you all. I want to thank the YouTube followers. I thank you guys for following me on YouTube. And I also want to thank my WVOL listeners who are here and near and far. I thank God for the WVOL radio station, which is a part of Black history. I don't know if some of you know, but WVOL is a part of our Black history. As we are celebrating the last day of Black history, I definitely want to shout out WVOL. I feel very honored to be here, a part of the Black history movement, RFD movement. Everything is about a movement when it comes to RFD. And we're always creating um, history when it comes to us as Blacks, Africans. I think that one of the things some people don't even know that Nashville's radio, all the all the hip hop and soul and R&B music started right here where I sit today, and a lot of amazing personalities came out of WVOL. So I'm very honored to be creating history with WVOL and want to celebrate all of the listeners who's been following WVOL from the beginning. Probably some of you all may be listening to WVOL way before I was even thought about. I've been in business and I've been self-employed for 3 decades, and I think WVOL been around. How long WVOL been around, Mr. H?
70 plus years.
70 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
OMG, OMG. WVOL been around 70 plus years, so way before I was born. I thank you, God. And I really do thank God. Yes, everyone has a story, Britt. And I love that you mentioned that because we all have stories, especially us as Black Americans. We have definitely stories, a whole lot of untold stories. And I definitely realized that, Britt, after the unfortunate trauma of losing my son to gun violence, I started to really understand everyone has a story. You're right. And everyone's story is important. And WVOL being a Black owned and it has supported a lot of Black personalities, such as some of you know, we all know Oprah. Oprah was here, and so many other amazing radio personalities that I have had the opportunity to meet. I've met on Facebook some of the personalities, and I've just haven't met all of them in person, but I have met some. Oh, I got to be on Lance's radio show. Lance, he was here at WVOL, but he now is on his own, and he's with Radio One, and so it's so many fun things about being a Black entrepreneur, and then knowing that the music here in Nashville, our music was played first right here at WVOL. There was no one playing the good old soul and blues, but WVOL was playing them and all the good gospel songs. So I am very, very thankful, blessed beyond measure to have had the opportunity. I do always tell God, thank Him for holding space until I could get here. That WVOL is still here so the RFD can show up and be her best self at this place and time. So thank you again, WVOL listeners from all over, and for being here for years. And I hope to support all of the listeners as long as I can. So I want to say thank you. So now I have been self-employed for 3 decades. I started my self-employed journey. It's been, I started in my early 20s. I probably was about, it started in my early 90s, right? So about 90, I became yes, it is. Grief is a process. It is. Yes. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate your comments. Yeah, so I started in the beauty industry back in the early 90s, and I quickly became a salon owner. And as I became a salon owner, I became also a facilitator in the beauty industry. So I started teaching in South Central Ohio. And that was pretty fun. Like, just being an entrepreneur, it makes you face your fears and do it anyway. So it's pretty cool. So I started as a facilitator. I got the chance at the time as a facilitator of Ohio State Beauty College. I went out with some major, I worked with a major, let me slow down. I worked with a major manufacturer, and they sent me all over the world. Well, all over the world, felt like to me, because I was so young and I was traveling and I was driving and going places, and that was really fun. And then I started another business because RFD believes in multi streams of income. So as I became a nail technician by trade, nail technician opened the doors for me to become a facilitator. It opened the doors for me becoming a certified Toastmaster. It opened the doors for me selling products from my salon. So I definitely believe in servicing my customer, getting them the quality products in their hands before they left my salon. So that is a little bit about my history as a entrepreneur and facing uncomfortable experiences. We moved here, and we moved here in '05, so almost 2 decades ago. We moved here self-employed. So I believe that God has a plan, and he can feed you, take care of you, and cover you, and meet all your needs. Because I definitely, my daughter, I was talking to my oldest daughter the other day, and she's like, Mom, I thought about that. You and Dad just moved down here self-employed, like self-employed with a little bit in the savings account. Can anybody call in here and tell me that you moved with 5 children with a little bit in your savings account? You know it gotta be the most high. you know that the most high will supply every need. He fed all those 5 kids, sent them off to college, and they still out my house. Thank you, Lord. You are the most High is the best, okay? he said, I'm telling you right now, he will meet every need wherever you are. So if you decide to be an entrepreneur, you just have to have crazy faith. You have to just trust that your ancestors and your trailblazers, they have already been ahead of you, and every door is open to you, and just face it and get it done. As looking back, I don't know what I was thinking about having that little bit of money in the savings account. And I didn't even realize that me being a licensee, that I had to establish new network here in the greater Nashville. And establish a new network, that wasn't easy. Okay. Ohio and Tennessee are both red states. I did come from one red state to another red state. So that was true. But I tell you, creating your new network ain't always easy, people. I'm telling you, you got to know when you move around, you better know where the Holy Spirit is sending you, honey. And that's what I've learned this time. When he send me somewhere, my next assignment, I'm will definitely be going somewhere where I will thrive. The entire me, my whole body, mind, and spirit will thrive. I'll tell you that because I'm gonna tell you why. I look at palm trees and I think about the southern magnolia, because we have a tree in remembrance of Willie. His high school allowed me to place a tree in remembrance of him. And yes, God will do it, Stephanie. Yes, he does. Good morning, Karen. Thank you for being here. And I tell you this, God will do it. And so when we lost Willie, the school allowed us to put the southern magnolia tree. And before you can order a tree, they always ask, Ohio claims purple. That's so funny. I love it. So I tell you, thank you, Stephanie. So I planted that tree at the time. We had to order if the tree would grow in the area. And that's what I want to get to. Wherever you go in life, make sure you have your mission clear and that you know that you can grow there, right? So I didn't know that, we were rooting ourselves up out of Ohio, and nothing is too hard. That's right. And so we were rooting ourselves up from Ohio and moving down here with those amazing children of ours. And then back to the tree, uh, not knowing, all that I had to, endure all over again. And then going through that, and then realizing that as a tree, as a seed in life, you are purpose in life to be at the right place. It's important to be at the right place because you can't grow. I'm telling you, it was very, very difficult for RFD to find herself here in Tennessee, because I'm telling you, it wasn't easy. What y'all see me doing today, I'll tell you, it took a lot of tears, prayers, and tears for me before I got to this place. So I'm very thankful and grateful to all the things that the Most High has allowed me to navigate through, the challenges was not easy. When I tell you again about the trees, I talk about the south tree. So the tree, the southern magnolia tree that we have in remembrance of Willie, they said yes, they approved me of having the tree. So they sent me the tree. I placed it here, and it is blossomed. You all, we lost Willie in 2015, and the tree is so tall. So a lot of times people go to the graveyard and visit their children, or they like to do graveyards. And yes, Willie, we shipped him back to Ohio. We flew him back to Ohio, but I like to go to the tree. The tree is so big, it's growing, it's so tall, and it looks so beautiful at his school. And then when I was in Mexico recently, I seen the palm tree. And now the palm tree reminded me that it knows where it belongs, right? The palm tree is all full, and the sun it's tall, and it has its leaf. And this is when the Most High remind me, you got to find out where you belong, so you can thrive, and you can rise above, and you'll just grow, right? You just grow, and you'll be able to serve the people you need to serve. You'll be able to minister. Your business will be able to thrive. So that is important. That's all I was trying to say about being in the right place at the right time. That is so important to whomever you are, whoever's deciding to move out of town, whoever want to thrive their business. Make sure that you fit there. Make sure your whole, because I'm telling you, my family, they came kicking and screaming. They were like, "Where are you taking me, Mom?" That super information highway. My one son, he was like, "Mom, I looked this place up." He knew the details. He told me that. He said, "Mom, this is where you brought us, Mom." What in the double hockeys? I said, "Son, watch your mouth. We're gonna be all right." So anyway, enough of me on that. I want to go back and really, really slow down for a minute with you guys. Thank you for being here. All of my great comments. I appreciate all those comments. Thank you. Keep them coming. I'm so honored to have them. So one of the things we want to do, first of all, on the RFD Talk Show, we want to take and thank my sponsors. Oh my goodness. RFD Talk is ran by donations and sponsors and faith. Everything I've done self-employed has been by sponsors and faith. So we want to honor and thank God for people who believe in RFD, right? Because I so appreciate donations. I appreciate the guests, my co-guests who contribute to the RFD Talk. We're in our second year here at the Mighty 147. And I couldn't have did it without my sponsor. So I want to thank Shave Me Down Handmade Body Butter. And you can order you some Shave Me Down. If you're watching me on YouTube, you always see me smiling because I got on my Shave Me Down. My skin feel really good. And it's important to feel good in your skin, people. So definitely you want to order you some Shave Me Down Handmade Body Butter. And you can get that also on Facebook's facebook.com shame me down /forward shame me down. Let me put that across the screen so you guys can see that. Or you can email shame me down at 06@gmail.com. Definitely want to order you some, and you can get it travel size. You can get it all those ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, you got to come on my show too, gorgeous. I got to get some of you guys on this show. I appreciate you guys and all the comments. And then I also want to we want to also go and thank my other sponsor. Like I said, we are ran by donations. Guests who come onto the show contribute to the RFD Talk. I want to thank all my past guests and all my future guests who are supporting me, helping us get the word out on emotional wellness. It's important to feel good, think good, and be good, okay? Because life is now, right? You got to live today. Is your best day, beautiful person. Get on up and make it happen. So let's get back to my thanking my sponsors again. And I want to say thank you, Majestic Elegance Company, Candles and Company, Majestic Elegance Candle and Company, which is a 100 soybean wax. It's 100% toxin free, it's eco friendly, and it's great. It's one of those candles with the wooden wick. So it has a wooden wick and it makes that crackling sound, makes you feel like you at a fireplace. And it's so great, guys. I love it. I use it a lot at night. I have my signature candles that Majestic Elegance Candles is the manufacturer who distributes my candles. And I have the RFD candles are lavender and peppermint. Peppermint is great aromatherapy for in the morning. So I burn my peppermint in the morning because peppermint gets you invigorated. Yes. Even today I started my day in my shower. I use peppermint. So basically if you need to be invigorated, you need to order a peppermint candle from me, or you need to order a lavender candle from me at night or in my meditation time. I at the end of my day when I'm de well, de-stressing myself from the day, I will use my lavender candle. And lavender is really good for unwinding, getting you to ease into your sleep. So definitely check out the website, which is livemajestic.com, livemajestic.com. And you can order my signature candles, which are the Sacred Balance candles. And those are really great, like I said, to start your day and end your day. So thank you to my sponsors. And also, if you are on YouTube, because one of my goals this year, I am going to be growing my YouTube a little more, because initially back in 2015, I should have been on YouTube. I was called to media. I was called to media a long time ago, and YouTube. I'm definitely learning it more. So definitely know that I will be doing more shorts. I will be doing more things on YouTube. Even though I love Facebook, I've been with Facebook for a long time, and you guys are amazing on Facebook. But YouTube is where I'm headed to. But not only am I headed to, I need you to help me reach 1,000 people on my YouTube. People, I need y'all to like, share, and I'm working on my SEO next for my YouTube, so I can reach more people. People need to know how to heal from the inside out. And so it's important to pass this message on for those who may be in need of learning how to manage their emotions. So basically, like and share. Thank you very much. All right, so where are we now? Let's see. We are approaching that time where we're going to take a quick. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. I appreciate it. Yes, I'll be back in just a second. YouTube followers, Facebook followers, but to my amazing, mighty 147 listeners, we'll be right back with a commercial. Love you guys.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you. And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required. Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary. 800-221-2261. 800-221-2261. 800-221-2261. That's 800-221-2261.
Are you 60 plus and love to travel? Introducing the Senior Travel Discount Network, brought to you by Low Cost Airlines. Call us anytime, day or night, and save up to 75% on your airline and hotel reservations. We can help you save a ton of money to fly almost anywhere. We have inside discounts on over 500 airlines and 500,000 hotels worldwide. And when you call and mention the discount code 60 plus, we'll give you an extra free night night with your qualified air and hotel reservation. Now you can get the best prices on air and hotel reservations with your phone. We make it easy and fast for you to save money and book a trip. Remember, call the Senior Travel Discount Network. Mention the discount code 60+ for your free hotel night with your qualified reservation. Call now.
210-503-9283. 210-503-9283. 210-503-9283. That's 210-503-9283.
Welcome back, beautiful people. Welcome back to RFD Talk, live here at the mighty 147 Nashville's Heritage Radio Station. Hello, 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 beautiful people. To introduce myself again, for those who might have just tuned in, I am Robin F. David, aka RFD. So I am super excited again to have you guys here with me. And what we do normally on this show, so like and share and subscribe. And so now what we do on this show is another segment is we're going to do our breath work. And before we go into breath work, I just want to tell you guys that every 2 weeks, I have been doing breath work. Before we go into it, I got to just tell you a little bit about it. So I was led by the Holy Spirit to share one of the things that was a game changer in my life. I am definitely a spirit-led, followed in the spirit person. And the Holy Spirit led me back in 2015 to just sit and be still in my pain. Some of you know that I have been married to my childhood high school love. He's still my buddy. He's still my friend. And we were married young. And so I actually, between the divorce, separation, and losing my youngest son to gun violence, I really just cried out. I was like, Lord, I pray, I go to church, I'm kind. But Lord, this is a lot. And so he was like, oh yeah, my child, this is a lot for you, baby. And so what I did learn in communication as being a professional speaker and a facilitator, one of the things I learned is that 80% of praying, you have to listen. And in the beginning of that difficult experience for me, letting go of a marriage that I have been in since high school, the only person that, I have 5 amazing children with, and we have beautiful grandchildren now. And then from that experience, and then my son there laying there, I just used to just sit and just weep. And I used to call it morning joy. That's when I started my YouTube back in 2015. And I called it morning joy because, the word says joy comes in the morning, right? And I'm taking God. I said, God, you said joy come in the morning. This is a lot of stuff. It don't feel joyful right now. And so I would sit there and I created my sacred place where I meditate and I sit and I have my Bible, my journal, and I had this, I created a billboard and I put my goals up on the billboard, and then I put my vision board, and then I put morning joy. And I would just sit there and cry. I'm like, this is a lot. But I would cry, but I would also breathe at the same time. And I always admired people who meditated. It was something about meditation, learning to be in. And when I seen my youngest son laying there with no breath in his body, that was really the thing to me. I was like, okay, so we have a body, we have a mind, and I always had questioned God about that. I was like, this is a personal relationship, he and I. And I would always question him about the breath in the body. And when the breath in the body is gone, or a person's mind is gone, they're called a vegetable. I called it wrong the other day on the show. I called it something else. I don't know what I said, Mr. H. I don't know. But so breath work became a part of my modalities. Modalities are tools that you have to have in life, right? You just have to have tools in life to feel good about life. And also I had already been in the place of I'm definitely a person that believes in preparing yourself for the worst and hoping for the best, right? So I always knew about self-care. I was always practicing self-care and working out. And I knew that the breath, you have to breathe to get your baby out. Breath was just everything, right? But we sometimes take it for granted. We take the breath of life for granted, which is a gift that keeps your body moving, keeps the brain functioning. So breath work for me is everything. So every time you see RFD at her highest vibration, she's done her breath work. So I do breath work. So it was called Morning Joy. And I would sit there, and I started Morning Joy, was a with a Christian meditation, right? You can use scriptures, you can use mantras. I mean, however you like to do it. But one thing you want to do is focus on your breath. Thank you so much. Oh yes, I have dealt with a lot of grief, right? So that was very difficult going through that stage of life. And so I would sit there and I would just cry, right? And just sit and cry. But what I had learned in Toastmaster, God had brought it back to my attention. He was like, "You always asking me for something, but y'all never listen well." And a lot of times we as people, we always got to talk about it. But do we sit and be still and hear? And that's the whole 80%, the 80-20 stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. God wants us sometimes to just say thank you and be quiet so he can say, okay, now this is your next move. And so I would sit there and I would just breathe. And he said, just focus on your breath, Robin. I had scriptures. You can take a scripture. I can do all things through Christ. I started with the basic. I can do all things, right? So I'm like, I can do this. I can move on from this childhood marriage, and still, forgive myself and forgive my spouse and my ex-spouse now. And I can allow this experience, which no mother or no mother want to lose a child. I'm not telling you that its experience was not no, that's not. But then I just sat before him and he would comfort me. Like I would just breathe. I would just take deep breaths. And so I would start off with 1 minute, and I set my little timer, and I sat for 1 minute, and it felt good. And I would have my little scripture. Then I sat for 2 minutes. Then I would get to 3 minutes. And then I would get to 4 minutes. And I said, I made it. Lord, I sat still, but my mind would be running. My mind will have all kind of stuff going on. But you have to come present. What being in your breath does, it connects you. Connecting with your breath connects you to your body, right? And then you start to realize the body, the mind, and the spirit all works as one. I co-create with you, Daddy. You my best friend. And so basically, as I realized it, I got into 15 minutes of sitting still. And I said, oh. And then my thoughts, I was able to capture those thoughts. The word said you can capture those thoughts. And when they try to run off, I said, oh, that's the old Robin. I would look at my thoughts and I said, oh, that's the old Robin. And then I would think about Willie, and Willie be like, Mom, I just want you to be happy. I always wanted to see you happy, Mom. Genuinely, unapologetically. That's how Willie wanted me. Willie left me a letter, y'all. It was way before he left his body. He left me this letter that said, "Go, Mom, go." And I mean, every time I read it, I hear his voice. He always like, "Go, Mom." He said, "Be successful in everything you do, Mama. Everything you do." So he was my number one cheerleader. And so I could always hear him saying, "Go, Mom, go." I said, but he said, "Go, Mom, go." So this is how I do it. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths. And I had learned to listen to my intuition. One of the things the Lord has said to RFD is, you hear me, RFD. You hear me loud and clear. And so when you hear them unctions, you got to go. You got to do and be. You got to activate. That's how you activate. You move in the spirit. So sitting still and breath work. So I started offering it like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And I had some great people join me this week. That was so much fun. Right. So I teach you to be still with yourself. And I ain't saying your thoughts are going to go away, but you got to be present with your thoughts. You got to see what your thoughts are telling you. And then you got to allow yourself to reset and allow yourself to be restored. You become restored. And the restore part just starts happening, right? So I was sitting still each and every day, like sitting with my journal, sitting with my Bible, sitting with my candle. That's why I now have candles. So I'm a candle person. So I have my candle, and in my journal, I'm a writer. I have 2 books, and I plan to do more writing. But yeah, so what we're going to do in these 3 breaths, you're going to take them really deep in, right? And you're going to breathe in what you need, because what I am intuitive teacher of breath. So what that means is what you need, you breathe it in. What you don't need, you let it go. You release it. You release it. So if this week has already started off with some turbulence and some calls and emails that you really got to just face and deal, just take a few breaths. Like in life, if we just stop and breathe and count the breath as a blessing, it clears your head. It lets you hear. You can hear from the Most High. You can hear divine. You can hear God. He'll say, oh, make that call. Oh, take a nap. He'll tell you. You can hear him. So I'm here to teach people how they can hear over the storm, over the life experience. How do you restore and get in the place of peace with God? How do you conquer your thoughts? You become present with them. So let's take 3 deep breaths, and we're going to breathe in from your nose and out. And if you're driving and if you're on the radio and you're driving, keep your eyes open now. People, don't be closing your eyes on the road. We're just going to take these quick breaths so we can finish up the segment, because this show we still got more to go, beautiful people. So let's breathe in. We're going to breathe in joy, and we're going to release chaos. So you can just, whatever you want to do, you feel that in. You want to breathe in abundance and release lack. You can do that too. If you want to breathe in peace and let go of anger. Some of us may be holding on to anger. So let's do these 3 deep breaths with RFD. So let's breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. That's it. That's the magic of being in present with your thoughts and your breath. That's it. That's all. That's all, folks. So RFD really enjoyed taking deep breath with you today. I hope that you will start practicing your deep breaths all through the day today, this week. Just stay focused on your breath, which is a gift to you. All right. Now, let's get into the rest of the show. We got some other fun stuff. We did our 3 breaths. Now, the Lord said to RFD, the word of the week. So are you following me on Facebook? The mighty 147 listeners, tune in to RFD Talk on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Tune in, because every week I have a word. This is the word for the week. And I have been asking I was sitting and meditating this week. I did a meditation session this week, a breath work. And the word clarity just kept coming to me. Clarity. The word clarity. That's the word for this week. Yes, it is important to inhale. Thank you. It's important to inhale and exhale. It's just how life is designed. We give and we receive, right? So that's as important. You are welcome, Queen. So definitely know that the word for this week is clarity. And that word just kept coming to me. And I was like, Lord, what are you trying to tell me? Now we're ending the end of February. We're about to move into March. And 23 is doing what 23 does. It is here and it is happening. We are going into the third month, which is going to be the first quarter is almost up, right? And what I thought that the Lord was saying to RFD was, it's time to get really clear. Clarity is like fun, right? When you're clear, it's so much fun. When you're clear in your brain, you know your why, you know your what, you know your vision. When you're clear, it's like the signal from the radio station. If you're at the right location and you're trying to tune in the mighty 147 and it's all the static is going on, but once you get the station on the right is 147 a.m. and it's not 147 FM. When you tune in with your life like that, clarity gives you purpose. It gives you reason to get up and feel good every day. Some of the times, when you have a lot of things going on and you're not really clear on your purpose, it gives you all this stress. You don't feel like you're in a line with God. You feel it's like some people are all over the place and you got not a long time, to be all over the place. The days are long, but the year it goes fast. The year goes fast, people. So we're approaching the end of the year. So I want to challenge you this week to have clarity. Have clarity for 2023. 2023, favor is on me. Have your affirmation. Get real clear on how you're going to serve this year, how you're going to show up this year. Get clear on how much weight you want to lose. Get clear on how the people you want to associate with. Get clarity. Clarity is everything. It's really fun having clarity because then you could just be. You're not chasing anything. You're just being really clear. So clarity is transparency. It means clear. It means like pure as water. And what does it mean having it? The quality of being clear and easy to understand and to see and to hear. That's what clarity is. You can understand it, you can see it, and you can hear it. So when you're in this week, you want to make sure, you want to ask yourself, am I having clarity? Am I clear on my vision? Can I see it? Can I touch it? That's the way you want to be. You want to have clarity in your every action moving forward in 2023, because 2023 is our year. It is our time to be really clear and seize the moment. So definitely you want to have clarity. What does clarity mean in a person? It means that person is living their freedom. When you see people and you see them living their lives, they're at this high vibration and things are just happening for them. It's because they're really clear on the direction where they're going. And so their why and their purpose is really driven home. So I want to share the word clarity with you this week, as I will be becoming more clear on all the assignment that the Lord has for me, that the Most High has for me. And so you want to get clarity. All right. So I hope that worked. And if you would like to tell me what does clarity means for you, when I mentioned that to my WVOL listeners, if you're following me on the RFD Talk page, leave what you think clarity means for you. Share with us. You want to call in today at 615-227-1470. This is a dialogue, beautiful people. Thank you for leaving all your comments. Thank you for sharing with your family and friends and liking and sharing this page and tuning in on the radio today. But definitely call in. Let's have a conversation. What does clarity mean to you? How are you operating in clarity? You might want to share because someone on the radio would like to know, what does clarity mean to you and for you? And how is your clarity showing up for you in 2023? So that is that. Clarity is the word for the week. Next, beautiful people. How are you doing out there, beautiful people? I'm hoping you're doing well on this beautiful day. I am super excited because we are approaching spring. And I see all the great little flower buddings and coming up. Oh my goodness, so pretty outside. So definitely want to enjoy today. Get out and enjoy today. So call in. Please call in. But also our next segment, and call in at 615-227-1470. All right. So our next segment of the week for all of our great listeners and followers is wins for the week. Yay! Call in. Let's hear your wins for the week. 615-227-1470. I know you beautiful people have some wins for this week. So if you're on Instagram and Facebook, a few people left some wins. I want to share my wins first, since I am Robin F. David, RFD. I want to tell y'all some of my wins, then I'll tell you some of the wins that people left on my pages. And if you're on YouTube and you want to share your wins with me, please let me know what your wins were too, because your wins inspire each and every one of us to, possibly know it can happen for us. You want to share your story. As Britt has said at the beginning of the show, she was like, everyone has a story. And when you share your wins, it inspires us to also share our wins. Let's see what Sherry is saying. Sherry said something to it. Clarity to me means seeing God's plans for my life, unafraid to move, not seeing the whole picture. Woo, I love that. Yes. Thank you, Sherry Jones Bobbitt. Let me tell you, I appreciate you, Queen. You are a beautiful woman of God. And I love what she said. Did y'all hear that? Clarity to her means seeing God's plan for her life, and unafraid. And I want to talk about the unafraid to move, because we're moving into March and we're moving forward. Okay, we're moving forward, y'all, and you got to do it afraid, and you got to and moving, not seeing the whole picture. You don't always see the whole picture. Thank you. Good morning, beautiful. Thank you for sending me your good morning. I love you, girl. Hey. So we're talking about wins for this week. And I love what you said there, Sherry. Thank you, Cameo Bobo. This is our year, girl. This is our year. 2023. This is our year. We are taking over. Love you, sis. Thank you for being here. So back to the clarity and what it means to Sherry and how I relate to God's plan, Sister Sherry, because I'm going to tell you why. You got to do it afraid. You got to. This morning, the Holy Spirit said to RFD, you got to do it afraid. We don't have no more time. You don't have the time. You know what I'm saying? Not on his clock, right? God is saying to us, 2023, Cameo Bobo already wrote the song, right? That this is our year. And I have the ringer. I got the ringtone, people. You got to get the ringtone so you can remind yourself every time somebody calling you. Hey, the bill collector, let them know 2023 is my year. Bills are paid on time, before time, and quickly, without, easily. My bills are paid. So you just got to have that ringer, get your mind made up, because this is your time. And Sister Sherry, you got to do it afraid. Let me tell you, you have to do it afraid. Some people ask me, how did I become a public speaker? I did it afraid. Public speaking is one of the, and dying are two things that we're afraid of. But as I meditate, And I know that I'm a conscious, that I'm a spiritual being winning all the time. Even when I leave, it's only one RFD. It's only one RFD. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? He already made the blueprint, right? And trusting that plan. So when I leave, the thing he gives us able to be able to exit out beautifully, right? Make sure we got our life insurance so we can be cute, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you leave, you can leave, instruction, build some wealth so you can leave your children. You know what I'm saying? The Bible gives us instructions how to prepare to leave. So what are we afraid of leaving for? If we learn how to live, then when we leave, we're gonna exit the way we should, empty. Because I'll be going before him saying, you created me with purpose. And I gotta do it afraid. I just gotta do it afraid. So 2023, yes, girl. Yes, girl. 2023 is our year. And this is the time to seize all the promises that God has for you. It don't matter about your age. Because I'm the double nickel. Let me tell you, girl, double nickel doing what I got to do. Okay? I got up this morning and said, double nickel, let's do this. You got it, girl. I looked at my 5-year-old self and I said, girl, I'm never going to leave you again. You can do this. You're confident. You got this. You're confident. You're powerful. Let's go, RFD. So you got to talk to yourself, people. You got to tell yourself, I'm going to do it afraid. And let's talk about that. I'm so glad you brought that up because fear is something we need to talk about. A lot of us are going to end up in our graves, and our dreams and our ambitions and inspirations will never manifest because we was too afraid. Fear steals all of your dreams. There's a whole lot of other healing coaches and holistic coaches. But what I tell myself, I'm the only one that I need to know. I'm the only one that I need to be the best at. You see what I'm saying? I'm my own competition. I think the thing is we're afraid of how great we are. I think that's what it is. I think when I be meditating, I said, am I afraid of how great I really am? Because I am in the image of abundance, because I am in the image of healthy, because I am in the, see what I'm saying? I look just like my daddy, I am my daddy's child, in the human world, we say, uh, you are you're the image of your dad, right? But in the spiritual realm, I am the image of my father. I am just like him. I'm smart. I'm wealthy. I'm healthy. I'm creative. You gotta see it. You gotta go after it. You can't let nothing talk you out of being what God has called you. His plan is amen and amen. You just got to remember to read it to yourself out loud and remember to you always win, right? You always win. I remember when we was in 2020, there was one of my favorite songs was I always win. I always win. And I forget the young lady, it's a gospel song. And I played it every morning, just like I do my 2023 is my year. I played it every morning. I was like, I always win. I always win. So you got to tell yourself this, right? You got to remind yourself that you are a child of the Most High. He made purpose for you no matter how young you are. You could be young and be on fire. And let me tell you, I was on fire when I was young. But I was, sabotaging myself. So I want to tell you, don't do that no more. Don't, because we don't have tomorrow, right? It's not promised, and yesterday is gone. So all you have is today. So decide today to get really clear. And so one of my wins was this week, RFD wins, back to the wins. One of my wins was I went to yoga 3 times this week. I did it. I connected my mind and my body all as one. And reason I like yoga, people, I know I'm granola. I'm granola. Yes, RFD likes meditation. I like walking, swimming. Swimming is one of my favorites. And I got to get back to swimming because after going to the beach, I need to swim some more. It's a life skill and it's good for the body and the mind. And it makes me sleep like a newborn. I love sleep. But I did yoga this week 3 times. I added plenty more water so I added movement to my week and plenty water, hydrate. Because the entire body is more water than anything, right? So and it helps healing, right? So I add water, and I did the yoga, and the yoga was fantabulous. Fantabulous. Is that a word? RFD makes up words too. I forgot to tell y'all that. I make my own words up because words are powerful, and RFD makes her own words. So you keep following me, you be like, did she say that? How did she say that? I do that sometimes, Mr. H. Do you ever hear me? Mr. H laughs at me because he heard me a few times. Like, I don't know what that girl is over there saying. But anyway, so send in your wins every week. One of the wins a person sent to my Instagram page, I want to shout out another person's win, was that they got a new car. They ended up getting a brand new car with no down payment. And it was, I think she got all the whistles and everything she ever wanted with this car. I was like, won't he do it? Give you a car, and she wasn't even looking for a car or something like that. It just all hit. But this lady, I want to get her on the show. She's highly favored. She walk in favor, y'all. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna get her on the show so she could tell you how she got this car with no down payment and wasn't looking for it. Got all the whistles, brand new, upgraded. I'm talking about favor. You know how God does some of us kids. We just don't even be expecting it, but we can expect it because in God, all things are possible. With God, you are God. You are the little G. You and He is one. Let's get it. Whatever you want. New car, new house, is all possible. So congratulations to her for sending her win in. And then one of my other cousins, he left a comment that he woke up. He's a young, thriving young man, and he's like, he woke up this morning. And that would tell you right there, that's the big win. That's a big win right there. Cuz thank you for letting me know that you woke up this morning, and that was his win for the week. So I appreciate him. We are getting, I don't believe we're getting to the end. Let me hurry up through this. I'm having too much fun with y'all beautiful people. An hour go fast. Mr. H said, yep. And Mr. H know I'm a chatty catty too. So also, if you're following me, I've been doing challenges. I think I'm on like a fourth challenge. We did a February the 28th day self-love, self-healing challenge. How many of you been participating with me on Facebook and Instagram? How is your self-love healing challenge going? Do you like the self-love healing challenges? Would you like to do another challenge with me in March? Because the Lord said something for me for March. I got another challenge brewing inside of me. How many of you are going to join me out there? How many of you been participating? And it's been really fun. Let's talk about it really quick. We did 28 days and self-love healing challenges. I love some self-care. Self-care way before I went through the trauma, before I got to this place of, I love it. I love skincare products with the right ingredients. So I've been a junkie of those for a long time. So that's another thing. I am very particular about what products I put on my skin, in my hair. I'm that girl. Like, let me read the ingredients. Now I'm getting better about the food that I put on my body. But the challenges have been fun for me because the challenges are for y'all, but they're really for me too. Okay, guys. So if you looked at the Instagram or the Facebook, you'll see some of the challenges. And when they pop up, it's so funny because they be reminding me what I need to be doing too. I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Oh yes, did I do that today? Yeah. So it was fun. So one of the first things I talked about is having a journal. You want to have a journal. You want to be able to have a journal. You want to be able to write in your journal. That was one of the things I tell women to do. Also, one of the things I told you to do is, do a mask on your face. Have some fun and clean your face really good. Another thing we talked about was, I'm listening to one of the challenges now. So I will say text a family friend, a member. Sometimes you need to reach out to a family friend, a member, text them, call them, and say hello, because that's sharing yourself with someone. That's being able to forgive and, create a conversation. I also talked about reading one of your favorite books. You might want to get a good book and and sit and read. I also talked about yoga. Of course, you don't have to use yoga. You can do whatever type of fitness you like, whatever type of movement you enjoy. So those were some of the things we talked about. We talked about having fun, making laughter. You want to get some laughs in. You definitely want to get around some good people. And then we also want to end this month talking about a little bit about Black history because we're getting down to the last minute, guys. I don't know what I did. I kind of chatted. I was chatting all over the place today because I was so happy to see all of you great people and hear from you guys today. You made my February 28th really good. But one of the things, so check out my challenges and know that I have one coming soon. So close on that. And now we're going to go into the Black history. My Black history script quote for today is: the more you know of your history, the more liberated you are, which is Maya Angelou's quote. The more you know of your history, the more liberated you are. And I feel like this month I became more informed about my history. Some of the people I think about today is Harriet Tubman, because Harriet Tubman, she faced her fear. That's what you were talking about, Sherry. You were talking about facing your fear. If you watch the movie, Harriet, she was afraid every time that she was helping people underground, but she faced her fear, and she knew that fear drew her to help many people become free in their mind, in their body, and to live their best life. So you got to do your fear because you got to face your fear because you set other people free from captive. So Harriet is one of my favorites. I can talk so much about Harriet. I love her. I even think of myself as Harriet because I'm the grandchild and moved back from the north to the south, and I'm setting my people free. Follow me. And then my last but not least is Madam C.J. Walker. And we're going to close. She was in the beauty industry and she changed history for us as well. I just want to say that today has been an amazing day. We are at the last minute, and I am going to tell you again, I love you. And remember, I am here to inspire you to embrace, love, and nurture yourself as you do to others. I'm RFD, and I love you. Good day.
VOL, Berry Hill, Nashville.
Ooh, that dress so scandalous. You know another can handle it. You're shaking that thing like Hoover-ish with a look in your eyes so devilish. You like to dance on the hip hop spots. You cruise to the cruise to connect the dots. Not just urban, she like the